Hey yo, it's your boy Got That Beat from Jumbo, and we locked in with CountyBoySin.
CountyBoySin brought his camera.
Jumbo, damn man. Talk to him, bro. How you feeling?
What's up, bro? I'm coolin', man. We're here at my studio. You know what I mean? Had to come, my boy had to come through. You know what I mean? I had to do this interview for him. You feel me?
He said I had to do this interview for him. Yeah, you funny, bro. Yo, Jumbo, talk to the people where you from, bro. I mean, cause you got the you in terms of making beats in the city of Philly, bro. You really got the biggest name. I mean, there's little names people working up, but in terms of just making a name for themselves and really working with everybody, bro, I feel like you the biggest in the game, and I feel like that's why we had to lock in, and I had to come see you. You feel what I'm saying,
bro? Appreciate it.
Talk to us about where you from, and talk to us about how you got the name Jumbo.
All right, so yeah, originally from Philly, but I moved to the county when I was young, like, but right on the edge though, so like right next to Philly, and then like, you know, so like I was always on like both sides for real. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my friends lived in Philly, still live in Philly. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So
how did you get into making beats? I mean, it's hard making beats when you got so many other people in the game making beats and you trying to make a name for yourself. How did you start doing that? And where does the name Jumbo come from in terms of you making beats and that whole thing?
So like my family is like full of musicians for real. So I never really like had an instrument that I was like great at or that I really cared to even like learn. So like all my brothers and stuff, they all got an instrument. You know what I mean? And my dad, he can play instruments, so he plays guitar. So I was never like good at one, but then like one year for Christmas, I got this keyboard, right? And I was like, and this is before we talking about before computers, you know what I'm saying? So this is like before like you could go get FL or one of these dolls. And I figured out how to like track 4 tracks on it. So I would do like, and this is just me just messing around. I don't even think I'm a producer. I'm just having fun. So I'll play like a melody, do drums to it, do hi-hats, you know what I'm saying? And like, and then it would delete when you turn the machine off. So like there was no way to even transpire that into something, you know what I'm saying? But I would just do it for fun, you know what I mean? But then one day, my boy, shout out to Checkmate, he got this program called Reason, and it was on a computer. And I'm like, this is before I even had a computer, right? This like probably like 2006. I'm like, you can make beats on a computer, and you can like save it. I'm like, oh, it's up. You know what I'm saying? So,
yo, Jumbo, I want you to know, I think that recognition in terms of you wanting to work and you saying, yo, wait, I could do this, I could do that, and you wanting to learn took you to another level. Like I kind of don't want to skip over that part, right? You know, because I think a lot of people think like this stuff come overnight, or you know, you just woke up and you had the name Jumbo. The fact that you took that extra step and wanted to learn further and really try to extend your knowledge on making beats, becoming more familiar with technology, taking things to another level,
right,
bro, that's how you got the name Jumbo.
Right. And this is, well, not necessarily, but this was before like tutorials even existed.
Well, to me, I feel like that character about you, that personality,
right, like that yeah, nah, I feel
is what made you grind, and you still grinding.
Right.
Talk to us about that.
Definitely, like, yeah, it's all about learning like what you know what you want to master. You know what I mean? Like, I still learn things every day doing this shit. Like, and I'm always willing to, because like you got to stay cutting edge with it or you're gonna fall behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm dealing with younger kids now, like I gotta adapt to their style, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just still stay relevant with this shit. So you always gotta be willing to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, always gotta be willing to like be ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that was your question, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're funny. You're funny. Yo, nah, you good. You definitely answered it perfectly, bro. I do appreciate that, bro. You definitely been receptive to anything I've talked to you about, and I definitely appreciate Jumbo on all aspects. And
sure,
you know, I always appreciate, bro, for sure. Like whether if I'm low or if I'm down, you feel what I'm saying? I'll definitely try to show you the love. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
I definitely appreciate you. Jumbo, who would you say was the biggest person that you worked with? I would say that you worked with a lot of people. I would say you worked with everyone. Obviously, technically speaking, literally speaking, It won't be everybody because we still trying to make our name for ourselves. Who would you say is your biggest person who has came through your studio, or you went to another studio and you gave your expertise there, like, and that type of thing? People use you to come in there and teach them some type of things. Right. Who have you worked with who you feel as though has been the biggest?
I actually had the pleasure to work with Ciara and go to her house and produce a track for her with my boy Derek Milano. So like, yeah, we went to her house. She has a studio at her house, and yeah, we went to her house and like created a record. It's out. It's called The Girls Dance Mix. I produced it. My boy Derek wrote on it. You know what I'm saying? And we got Lay on there too. That shit's fire.
Word, bro. Like, how was it working with Ciara? I mean, you know, people look at her, she's still going. She's been working 20 plus years. How was that going to her house? Was you nervous? Talk to us about that.
It was surreal, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like Russell Wilson was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was surreal. Like,
wait. Russell Wilson? You said Russell Wilson was there?
Yeah, that's her husband.
The quarterback.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure, bro. Yeah. Bro. Okay, everybody understands what you're talking about.
It was super cool. She's super humble, great person. You know what I'm saying? Showed all the hospitality to all of us. You know what I'm saying? And I think we created a dope record. You know what I mean? So go check it out.
Jumbo, other than Ciara, who have you worked with who came to your studio where you was like, dang, you know, I worked up, you know, at one point I was asking other people, wow, you could do this on Facebook, or yo, you can make this beat doing this through this transition or through technology. Who has came through your studio where you felt like, well, damn, I don't know if I made it, but yeah, this is surreal to me that they came through my studio?
Well, the thing about Philly and, you know, this area is like, artists only come here for certain reasons. You know what I'm saying? So they'll either come here for a show or an appearance or something. So it's not the best place to get like A-list artists all the time. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you go up to New York, you go to LA, or you go to Atlanta, Miami. That's where you can really link with them at. And if you got the certain connections, you can do that. So here it's mostly been like Philly, you know, homebred Philly artists and stuff like that. But, you know, I've been to LA and back, New York, countless times, and like that's where you can really like get in them rooms with them people. You know what I'm saying? But I've had some big artists up here though. For real, I'm trying to think off the top, like who, you know, obviously like 2Raree, Lay Banks, Philly Goats, These 30, Miz, AJ, Sturdy Youngin, Yan been coming through here. Shout out to Yan, she's blowing up on TikTok right now. Zeddy Will been up here a few times. Yeah, so you know, that's just what I can think of off the top. But yeah,
Jumbo, let the people know how you plan on taking over the music scene. I mean, I feel like you have taken over. I know you're going to try to be humble in your response. I don't want a humble response for obvious reasons. You know, I don't want a humble response from you. But I will say, how do you plan on taking over this industry where like people in Bangladesh can say, yo, Jumbo is the biggest in the world? You know what I mean? How does that happen for you? And talk to us about that process and how you plan on doing that.
Well, I think it starts with creating, you know, something great, right? So in my case, that would be creating great music with great artists. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I plan on. That's what I do every single day of my life. And that's what I continue to plan on doing. And, you know, I probably could have did a better job over the last few years, like showing myself and like, you know, being on the internet more, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm going to start doing more. Like I showed you my camera and all that. You know what I mean? So
that's a good joint. No, that's a good camera. Yeah. He put me on some stuff. You put me on some stuff, bro.
So, you know, and shout out to Rod because he inspires me to do that too. That's my boy. You know what I mean? You know, Rod's whamming right now. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like, yeah, that's like, that's my plans. And, you know, I'm gonna just make the best music I can make. And I know and that's all I've ever done. So that's got me this far and I'm gonna continue to do that. You know what I mean?
What's next for you, Jumbo? Things that you want to reach. Talk to us about a level where you felt like, yo, I made it as not only a producer, not only as an engineer, but as, like you said, making a name in the social media space. you know, taking things to another level in terms of people knowing your face, not just your name or your beat, right?
Right, right.
What's next for you like that? And talk to us on how you plan on taking things like that over. Is that TikTok? Is that things like that?
Yeah, I think it's content, and I'm gonna start probably streaming a little bit, probably on TikTok, and just showing people what I could do because like I really have an idea. I don't want to speak on it too early because like, but fuck it, I don't care. You're gonna get the exclusive.
Yeah. Wait. Say that. Wait, I'm gonna do what?
You're gonna get the exclusive. CountyBoySin.
CountyBoySin get the exclusive. I like that. My boy Jumbo here.
So I used to have a podcast, and I stopped doing it, but I really wanted to like bring that back. But instead of doing it the way I used to do it, I'm probably gonna start doing like a studio podcast and probably do it live too. So almost like a Black Boy Max type situation, but we're gonna be cooking up. We're gonna be talking about things. I'll be having like some of the biggest artists up in here doing it with me, and you know, just showing people the studio life. You know what I'm saying, and how it really works. You know what I mean? And hopefully, I can inspire like young producers and like young artists and you know whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So the thing is, what I want to ask you too. How do you separate like the problems that come with working with people from the city? I mean, it's not always easy working with the urban demographic. You know, we got our own problems black as black people. You know, there's problems that people got going on. You know, people want to be rappers. They don't really be rappers, but they want to act like they're a rapper and kind of give off like they just this tough guy or that type of thing. How do you separate that? Because you know, you brought up Black Boy Max, and Black Boy Max had a problem with Fabio Foreign and them type of dudes on live, right? Yeah. I'm the rapper, you're the guy with the camera, or you're just the guy who makes beats, right? How do you separate, yo, I'm not just the guy that makes beats. There is a level of respect that has to come with me when you come up here and you come to Jumbo. Talk to us about that.
Well, first of all, I would say shout out to Black Boy Max because he shouted me out.
Oh, Black Boy Max shouted you out.
Yeah, he shouted me out.
Got that bitch from Jumbo. That's love. Yo, shout out.
I don't even know if he knows like who I am, but he knows my tag. So he shouted my tag out, so thank you, bro.
Bro, Black Boy Max from Jersey.
Right.
So it makes sense. Yeah, he not too far.
Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate that. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's love.
And as far as working with people, like you know, I just treat people the way I want to be treated. And like, you know, like you know, as soon as you come in here, like my professionalism and the things that I do, I take it very seriously. And like, you know, a lot of people come up here more so like a lot of people kind of come up here for guidance. You know what I'm saying? And like I try to offer that as much as I can, being a producer. Like, and a lot of people, you know, might think a producer is just beat making, but it's more than that. Like it's like helping the artist, you know, cultivate a record, make a song. Like, you know, like for example, the other day I had a young artist in here, and you know, he was trying to come up with his song on the mic, and you know, he was gonna settle for like these first 4 bars as his hook when it really didn't sound like a hook to me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? But like, let's keep going and let's try to find a hook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, we ended up making a whole song that had a concept and everything, like a catchy hook. And like them first 4 bars ended up being the first 4 bars of the verse. You know what I'm saying? So it's deeper than just making beats with me. It's like, yeah, I produce the music, but I also like, you know, help an artist get their ideas out to the fullest. You know what I mean? And that's what I offer when you come up here with me, and like, you know, and that's why I've been doing this for 15, 16 years straight. You know what I mean? So,
yo, Jumbo, while we on the record, obviously we spent a lot of time talking off the camera, bro. Again, I'm gonna say it, bro. You are my guy. I fuck with you for reasons you probably won't even ever understand.
I appreciate that.
You know, we locked in. If you need anything from me, you always can reach out, bro. I mean, I'm just trying to work my way up in this as the interview guy. I gotta get everybody. Everybody got to come through. You know what I mean? So I just, you know, I do appreciate you. Is there anything that you want to tell the people before we get out of here, or that you want them to know in terms of you being on social media, be able to look out for you in terms of TikTok, Instagram, you taking things to another level on that? I know that's what you want to do. Talk to us about that, and talk to us on what people can kind of look forward to in the future, near future.
Yeah, go follow me on Instagram, TikTok. It's got that beat from Jumbo on TikTok, Jumbo Sounds on Instagram. and just stay tapped in because I'm always, you know, showing what I got going on. And yeah, I'm trying to take this shit to the highest. You know what I'm saying? So that's always been my goal, and I'm gonna keep working till I do that.
Oh, Jumbo, I appreciate you, bro.
Sure, bro. Likewise.
CountyBoySin brought his camera.